Most people don't have a prompting problem. They have a thinking problem. They open ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever tool they're using, and start typing whatever comes to mind. Write me a marketing plan. Help me grow my business. Make this better. And then they're disappointed. Not because the model is bad, but because they gave it nothing structured to think with. The hidden cost? Hours rewriting outputs, editing vague responses, correcting tone, fighting hallucinations, starting over. This isn't a tool failure, it's a systems failure. If you don't control structure, the model fills in the gaps for you, and when it fills the gaps, it guesses. Today, I'll show you the structural prompt patterns that eliminate guessing and replace it with leverage. No hacks, no magic phrasing, just patterns that make LLMs predictable. If you're a solopreneur, creator, consultant, or small business owner, you don't need clever prompts. You need repeatable output, because the real goal isn't getting a response, it's building systems. Most people prompt like this: write me a YouTube script about productivity. The model responds. It's okay. You edit it, you tweak it, you ask again. You're manually steering something that should be systemized. The stakes aren't small. Every vague prompt costs extra revision time, cognitive fatigue, output inconsistency, lower trust in the tool, and eventually, abandonment. Let's examine two distinctly different flows: user idea, vague prompt, generic output, manual fixing, frustration. Now contrast that with user idea, structured pattern, constrained output, minor edits, deployment. That's leverage. The difference between using AI and mastering LLMs is pattern control. Not longer prompts, not more adjectives. Patterns. Here's the shift. Stop asking the model to figure it out. Start telling it how to think. If you don't control structure, the model invents structure for you. And that's where inconsistency lives. Now let's fix that. Core framework. The 5 best prompt patterns. These are structural patterns. They work across platforms. They don't depend on features, and they reduce ambiguity. We'll cover 5. 1. Role goal constraints. 2. Context task format. 3. Chain of thought scaffolding. 4. Contrast and boundaries. And 5. Iterative refinement loop. Each pattern solves a different class of problem. Let's break them down. 1. Role, goal, constraints. This is the foundational pattern. Most prompts skip the first and third components. They jump straight to goal. That's like hiring a contractor and saying, "Build me something cool." Instead, use this structure. Role, who the model is operating as. Goal, what outcome you want. Constraints, boundaries that shape output. Example, act as a B2B SaaS growth strategist. Create a customer acquisition plan for a solo founder launching a niche analytics tool. Keep it under 1,000 words. Avoid paid ads. Focus on partnerships and content. Now the model has identity, objective, guardrails. This matters because LLMs predict next tokens based on context. If you don't define identity, it defaults to generic internet voice. If you don't define constraints, it optimizes for verbosity. If you don't define goal clearly, it broadens scope. Now let's look at a solo builder scenario. You're building a newsletter. Instead of, "Help me grow subscribers," try, "Act as a newsletter growth advisor for creators under 10K subscribers." Design a 90-day organic growth roadmap. Budget is 0. Time available, 5 hours per week. Avoid tactics requiring collaborations. Now the output aligns with reality. A common mistake that I often see is people overload the role with drama. Act as the world's best genius marketing expert with 20 years of experience. That doesn't improve output. Rule: be specific without drama. If your output feels generic, your role or constraints are probably vague. 2. Context, task, format. Context controls relevance. Format controls usability. This pattern solves clarity and usability. Structure: context, background information, task, the action. Format: how the output should be structured. Example: context: I run a small online fitness coaching business targeting busy parents. My offer is $99 per month. Task: create a 3-email onboarding sequence. Format: bullet points per email with subject line, goal, and key message. Notice the difference? The model doesn't have to guess tone, audience, or structure. You've reduced entropy. Why it matters. Most frustration with AI comes from reformatting output. Make it shorter. Turn this into bullet points. Add a hook. Those are format problems. Specify format upfront. Solo builder scenario. You need investor questions. Instead of, what questions will investors ask? Use. Context: I'm pitching a pre-revenue B2B AI tool for legal document analysis. Task: list likely investor questions. Format: table with category, question, and why it matters. Now it's usable instantly. Common mistake not to make. People write too much context without anchoring the task. Rule: context should reduce ambiguity, not create narrative. If you're constantly reformatting AI outputs, you didn't control format. 3. Chain of thought scaffolding. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, final output. This pattern is about guided reasoning. Instead of asking for final output immediately, you force intermediate steps. Use this structure. Analyze inputs. Extract key factors. Propose options. Recommend best path. Deliver final output. Example: analyze the business model described below. Identify 3 weaknesses. Propose 2 alternative positioning angles. Recommend one and justify it. Then write a revised positioning statement. Why this works. LLMs compress reasoning when asked for final answers. For complex decisions, you want visible structure. Solo builder scenario. You're deciding pricing. Instead of, what should I charge? Use. Step 1. Identify cost structure. Step 2. Identify target customer income bracket. Step 3. Compare competitor price ranges. Step 4. Suggest 3 price tiers. Step 5. Recommend optimal tier and justify. Now you get reasoning, not guessing. Another common mistake is overusing this for simple tasks. Don't scaffold a tweet. Rule: use scaffolding when stakes are high or variables are many. If you want better decisions, force better thinking steps. 4. Contrast and boundary prompting. Define what it is not. LLMs are generative. They explore probability space. Boundaries shrink probability space. Pattern: generate X, exclude Y. Contrast with Z. Example: write a YouTube script intro about AI automation for small businesses. Avoid hype language. Do not mention job replacement. Contrast automation with delegation. Now the model avoids predictable cliches. Solo builder scenario. You want a sales page. Instead of, write a sales page. Use, write a landing page for a productivity course. Avoid urgency tactics and countdown language. Do not use testimonials. Contrast this course with typical time management advice. You've defined terrain. Common mistake: only telling it what to do, never what to avoid. Rule: if you've been getting repetitive AI tone, you need contrast boundaries. Boundaries reduce cliché. 5. Iterative refinement loop. Draft, critique, improve, finalize. This pattern turns AI into a collaborator. Step 1. Generate draft. Step 2. Ask AI to critique against criteria. Step 3. Improve based on critique. Step 4. Finalize. Example: draft a webinar outline for consultants. Now critique it for clarity, specificity, and audience alignment. Identify weak sections. Rewrite improved version. Why this matters. Most users edit manually. You can offload revision. Solo builder scenario: writing a course description. Instead of rewriting yourself, ask the LLM. Evaluate this description for clarity, benefit, specificity, and differentiation. Score each from 1 to 10. Then rewrite to improve lowest score. Common mistake: stopping at first draft. First outputs are drafts, always. Let's examine 3 real-world example applications. Example 1. Content creation. You're building a weekly YouTube channel. Use role goal constraints plus format pattern. Act as a strategic YouTube educator for non-technical founders. Develop a 12-week content roadmap. Focus on long-term positioning. Avoid trend chasing. Format as weekly topic plus strategic intent. Result: content system, not random videos. Example 2, offer design. You're launching a service. Use chain of thought, analyze target market, identify top 5 pain points, rank by urgency and willingness to pay. Design offer around top 2. Result: market-aligned positioning. Example 3, hiring. You're hiring a VA. Use context task format. Context: solo founder, 6-figure digital product business. Task: create screening interview questions. Format: question plus what strong answer looks like. Result: decision leverage. Patterns are portable across domains. Failure modes: cause, symptom, and fix. Failure mode 1, over-verbose prompts. Cause: trying to outsmart model. Symptom: bloated, unfocused output. Fix: strip narrative, keep structural anchors. Failure mode 2, underspecified constraints. Cause: forgetting boundaries. Symptom: generic tone. Fix: add exclusions and limits. Failure mode 3, single-shot dependence. Cause: expecting perfection. Symptom: frustration. Fix: always run refinement loop. Poor results are structural, not mystical. Step-by-step implementation. Minimum 5 steps. 1, define outcome clearly in 1 sentence. 2, choose pattern based on task complexity. Simple, role goal constraints. Structured output, context, task format. Decision heavy, chain of thought. 3, add 2 to 3 constraints minimum. 4, specify output format explicitly. 5, run refinement loop before using output. Save high-performing prompts as templates. Prompt once, refine, template, scale. Most people treat prompting like conversation. Professionals treat it like system design. The shift is small, but the leverage is exponential. Do this today. Rewrite 1 vague prompt using role goal constraints. Do this week. Create a personal prompt template library for recurring tasks. If you implement just one of these patterns consistently, your outputs will stabilize. And once output stabilizes, decision-making accelerates, execution speeds up, and AI becomes infrastructure, not entertainment. Comment below, which prompt pattern are you going to implement first? Let's build leverage properly. See you in the next bite.